Okay, a study examined whether the content of TV shows influenced the ability of viewers to recall brand name commercials. The researchers randomly assigned volunteers to watch one of 3 programs, each containing the same 10 commercials. The shows were either violent, sexual, or neutral. Afterwards, the subjects were asked to recall the brands of advertised products. Results are summarized, complete parts A and B below. It says, is there a significance difference in viewers' ability to remember brands advertised in shows with violent versus neutral content? So be sure, that means we're going to be looking at the violent column and the neutral column. Okay, so if there's a difference, the null hypothesis, remember, is always 0, but we want to see a difference would just be not equal. Okay, now it says compute the t-statistic. So you're going to have to use your Excel spreadsheet that I created for you that only works in Excel 2010. So we're going to want to grab the 2 samples T for comparing means, and we'll input the data that they gave us. We're doing violent versus non-violent. So mu1 is going to be violent. So we had the mean was 2.56. The standard deviation is 1.45, and the sample size is 100. The second sample, we're doing the neutral one, so that's going to be 4.06, and then the standard deviation is 1.65, and the sample size is 98. And if you want, you can do a 95% confidence interval. That kind of helps you with your conclusion. All right, now we want to go down and test. We want to look for the t-statistic, which is this number right here, the negative 6.78, or they just want it to 2 decimal places, so negative 6.79. Okay, the critical value in this case, let's go back here, the t-star rounded to 3 decimal places. Did they give us a confidence interval or an alpha level? I do not see that. So I guess for a 95, we'll just do the t-star for a 95 is going to be the 1.972. Okay, and that's not clear because it didn't say they want a 95% confidence interval, but at least that helps us. I don't see that anywhere. Do you guys? Oh, assume a significance level of 0.05, which is a 95% confidence interval. Okay, now the corresponding p-value, that's going to be this one, which is the not equals. Look at how small that is, essentially 0. So to 3 decimal places, you can just put in 3 zeros. Now, when you have a p-value that small, you will reject the null hypothesis if there is sufficient evidence that a difference exists. And find a 95% confidence interval with the difference in the mean number of brands remembered. Okay, and so, but now they're doing sexual content with those watching neutral shows. So we have to put the new data in. The neutral's still in, but we're going to have to change our means to sexual for the first one, and then 2.02, and then 106. Still have a 95% confidence interval, and here's my interval, negative 1.21 or 22 to 0.0. Let's see how many they want it just rounded to 1 decimal place. So negative 1.2 to negative 0.2. Okay, now 0 is not in the interval and it's negative, so the average number of brands remembered is going to be less because you're doing sexual minus neutral, and since you get negatives, it's going to be below. So the average number of brands, yeah. So for neutral viewers, it's more, and that's why it made it negative because you were doing sexual minus neutral. Kind of tricky, isn't it?